Right, boys, you are now live on the internet. There is nobody watching at the moment. But for the people that are watching us on recap, this is Ross's tank tour, and Ross joined us 30 seconds ago. It's like preparation. Anybody would think we were making this shit up?
It's called On Time.
All right, fair enough. So obviously we're now talking about your fish tank, Ross. And there we go. How do you want to start? This is you. Carry on.
Well, let's just do some wizardry with the camera.
That wasn't wizardry with the camera, Ross. That was putting the camera off, Ross. That wasn't at all wizardry. Let's see. Oh, is he back? That wasn't wizardry.
It wasn't quite, was it?
not quite.
How's that then?
Hey, look at that. Hey, we can see some feet.
So there's the tank.
So let's put him so he's there. So we can all hear him, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, and he's
yeah.
Right, can you see that all right?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Crystal clear.
It is, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. So
go
on.
So I was to say, what like I said to you in the shop today, I've just switched the lights to a different time, so the whites are on more than the blues. That's all.
Yeah. Go on then. Show us around.
You've
got sunglasses on the top.
Yeah. So top to bottom then. Evergrow IT 5012 light, 4 foot.
Yeah.
Controlled by that. So it's. I was googling it actually. There is like a module you can add to it, which then you can use an app with. But at the minute, it's all controlled on this. All your settings are saved on that. You just do your settings, sling it on the mantelpiece, and forget it, and it just stays there.
You're set to get with lights anyway, aren't you? There's no point getting an app thing, because once you set it, you're not messing around with it again.
No, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I ramped it up like Lee suggested, and then I've just left it now.
Yeah. Tidy light.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same one that's in the shop that the other guy's got.
No.
So that's how the other guy, Derek.
Really?
Never be mentioned.
So at the moment, I've only got the one wave maker.
Yeah.
Which is all Pond Solutions one.
Which is the same as the Jabo one, isn't it?
It appears to be. Yeah, it's packaged the same. It just looks like the same controller and everything on it. So that's the half cut Duncan that I got the other week.
Ooh, like it. So you know what the thing that you've stuck it in?
Yeah.
Did you buy that?
I did, yeah.
Right. And
it was an eBay job. I forget the name of the site actually, but it was on eBay.
Right. And that's got all different like frag plug holders type thing.
Yeah. It's obviously just a fancy shape, and they're all different holes in it for your frags.
Every hole's goal, mate. Every hole's goal.
So the package that I got all of it in one go. There's like little sections there that you can move around, and then there's the dome type ones. I think they're meant to be for like to create Zoa gardens in.
Right. And is that tabletop thing? Are they attached to that tabletop?
I have stuck them down just so the big fish don't knock them off.
All right, fair enough.
But that flat thing, that's just a slab out of the garden. I just give it a good clean up and stuck it on there.
Is it a reef safe slab?
You what?
Is it a reef safe slab?
Absolutely, yeah. It's got to be.
It
Yeah.
ain't limestone, is it?
That's what I got the other day. It's not looking very healthy already,
Right. Yeah.
so I'm not sure.
Yeah. We can carry on replacing that. That's not an issue, is it?
Obviously the softies are doing all right. Kenya trees, couple of mushrooms. There's like a candy cane at the back there that got off of a mate in Gainsbury. Gave me it to sort of test out. It's there, but it looks like it's sort of reduced a little bit.
Right.
Someone watching you there, or Midas Blenny.
Like it.
Cool little guy. Yeah, I've got a couple of zoas sitting around in here. There's the Cyphastria.
Yeah.
It's you can't really see the colour on it like this, but it is there.
Has it started basing out onto the frag plug yet?
It's definitely not on the frag plug. It is sort of down the side of the block, if you like.
Right. Yeah.
There's the GPS that you lent me to start growing up on the glass. I think it started actually getting on the glass now.
Right. Yeah. You've still
you
got
can
another
see
Arena star in there.
Yeah, I know. I've noticed that, but I said I had to rush out today to take my daughter, and I didn't get a chance to do what I wanted to do, really. But if you can see the side of the glass there, that's what I was telling you about. When I fitted the tank, I put it so close to the wall that I can't get my arm far enough down to clean it. That's why I want the GSP to grow up it.
Yeah.
Sandbed's keeping pretty clean, to be fair.
Yeah. Have you got anything living in the sand?
Say again?
You got anything living in the sand?
There's a couple of is it Nazareth snails? Is that what they're called?
Well,
yeah, there's a couple of them.
Nazareth snails. Some people call them zombie snails.
All right, yeah. There's definitely two in there because I've got a blue cheeked goby and that Blenny. They keep turning me sand, moving it around all over the place. So I strained it all out again earlier, and the two snails came out.
Right.
So they're definitely still in there. Fish wise, got a few little bits and pieces there. Pajama cardinals, silver belly wrasse. There's a nice wreck fish at the back there. I did have two, but lost one of them. There's a couple of clown. I don't know what they're called, but they're like a black and white clown up the top there. They're all hiding now.
Yes, because you're putting them on camera.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a big fox face in there, a big regal. There's a scopass and a sailfin tang. The scopass is still fairly small, really, but the sailfin's starting to grow a little bit now.
Okay. Cool. Any questions, boys? Any questions? Or are we happy? What's he doing wrong?
Good.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Well,
yeah,
Like it.
I'll show you underneath. You might change your mind, man.
He's got cleaner sand than me.
So underneath, it's fairly limited at the moment. There's a couple of filter socks, media in that central chamber there, left side.
So are they actual socks?
They're not actual socks from your feet. No, they're sorry, but filter bags then, if you like.
Right.
Just with pond floss in.
Yeah.
So obviously I've got space there for a skimmer when I get one.
Yeah.
Them two, sort of that pad you can see there and the black thing there. The black thing's got activated carbon in, which actually it's probably needs chucking out now. It's been there a while. And the other pad is a phosphate remover.
That was the original. So the phosphate remover pad was the one that you put in your external filter when I told you you were doing it all wrong, didn't I?
That's right. Yeah, it wasn't that actual pad, but yeah, it was that type of thing.
You thinking about Refugium or out like
It's something I thought about actually, but I've not really gone any further with it. Talking to Lee, he said I need to have a light in there on all the time and things like that, and it's bit by bit at the minute, really.
that? Yeah. So you don't need it on all the time. You can just have it on for 3 hours,
Cycle
4
for a while.
hours. Yeah, it helps with your pH as well.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so like showing the sump now, that was a couple of questions I wanted to ask you about. Is how often you need to clean out your sump, really? Because it's probably I can't remember how long it's set this up now. Maybe about 3 months, is it, Lee? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
So is it about now when I should be taking that media out and giving it a clean and putting it back, or do you leave it longer? Or
Leave the media. Don't take the media out and clean it. Just leave your media. Just give it a good.
Just leave it. So you know the. Go on, Darryl. Sorry.
No, I was just saying the same as you. Just leave your media. Leave it. Or if you want to make it look very clean and everything, maybe when you do your water change, just do it in your sump instead of your tank, and vac out the detritus and everything at the bottom. But apart from that, just leave it. That's your good bacteria. It's going to be on there. You take it out and clean it. You're just gonna kill it off.
all right, okay, yeah, fair enough. So I did a water change today, and what I mean, I'm assuming I'm doing it right. I turn off my return pump.
Did you get it in the tank?
What?
The water.
What do you mean? Do I get?
You know when you were doing a water change and you took
Yeah.
water out of the tank and then you ended up with a full tank again? That's what Daryl's saying. Then if you ended up with the same amount of water in it as when you took it out, then yes, you did it right.
You can take the water out of wherever you want. If you want to take it out of the sump, out the top, wherever. As long as you've got the same amount in as you took out, you're perfectly fine, mate. You've nailed it.
Yeah. So what I do is I put like just a bit of sticky tape just to mark the water level, and then just top it back up to that level, and then it's all right. But when I turn the return pump back on, it chucks a load of kind of crap into the main tank.
White stuff.
Yeah.
That's the proteins that are building up on the inside of the pipes.
Right. So I wasn't sure if that was kind of like a dirty sump sort of thing, and I'd need to be cleaning it.
No, it's because you've stopped the water flow, and then as soon as you start the water flow, it agitates that. It's in the pipe all the time. It's only when you stop it and start it that it then floods it back into the tank.
If you want to stop it, your net, put that in front of it, or a bit of filter floss or something, just to catch it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
10 minutes, and then just pull it out, and then hopefully you should have caught it all or majority of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all, mate. Everything else will bang on.
Does it still happen with your tank, Darryl, when you do water changes, spitting crap out?
Yes, it does. That's why I do that. It's realistically, you can get pipe cleaners and stuff and clean it and shove them down it, but just put a net in front of it and catch it. 2-minute job.
Yeah.
There's no point making it hard work. But yeah, it's looking tidy, mate. Looking really good.
It does, yeah.
And the fish and all that seems to be getting on all right, don't they?
Yeah, they're loving life. I didn't lose any doing the swapping from tank to tank. They're all fine.
Yeah, it's very tidy tank. So, what was you thinking? Was you thinking of going with a skimmer, or was you thinking, sod it, I'll go with the refugium side of it, or media reactor? What was you thinking? What was your what's your ideas with it?
My idea was a skimmer. That was where I was going to go with it. Simply because I'm more familiar with it, really, rather than anything else.
Mm. Mm. Oh, everything's bang on, mate. Tidy. Very good.
You know, when we were looking at your sump,
Yeah.
yeah, you know that middle chamber where all your media is that sat
Yeah.
on the glass bottom?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So all I would do is basically make a platform for that to sit on, so it's not sat at the bottom of the tank. And then, in theory, when you do a water change, you could like put a pipe underneath to suck the detritus out, so it don't become a detritus trap.
Yeah, that's. I've sort of got that on my mind anyway. I wanted something to go in there for the media to sit in, and then like put loads of holes in the bottom of it
Yeah,
Egg crate.
for the water flow.
yeah, just build an egg crate frame basically, just to raise it up a little bit,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, and that's it.
as soon as you move that media, it then it disturbs all the detritus. Whereas if you were to put it on a little bit of a platform, the detritus can still settle underneath it, and all you need to do is put like a little pipe or lift the whole frame out gently, and then you're not disturbing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
See where
Yeah,
Just makes it a little
you've
bit
got your
easier.
meat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about this week actually.
That's it.
There's a better way of doing that.
Egg crate. Make yourself a little cage. You can use normal tie wraps, and then you can just put all your media in. Then you can just lift it out.
Yeah, I've got some egg crate on the way.
That'll
Yeah.
do. Job's a good one.
Yeah. So I will show you in a minute of what I've got here, but obviously you can't see it at the moment. So I'm gonna wait. Any more questions? Any more questions, Dave?
Have you ever thought about replacing the filter socks with the fleece roller at some point?
Well, the tank
find
is
filter socks a bit of a ball, to be fair.
yeah. The tank itself was second hand, and the guy who had it had a one of them rollers rather than using the socks. But he must have sold it on to someone else or something because it wasn't available with the tank, which is why I just used the socks because I had them.
Yeah.
But again, I'm sort of using what I'm sort of comfortable with and what I'm used to. I've never used the fleece roller thing, so I don't really understand them as such at the minute.
Oh,
In my personal experience, I think it's one of the best things you can get for maintenance wise.
it's better than sliced bread. Better than sliced
See, I'm
bread.
going to disagree with the both of them.
Garlic bread.
I think it's just an expensive bit of stuff.
No.
See, you don't get this type of content with anybody else. We're not falling out over the internet, but you're wrong, boys. You're wrong.
No.
I'll agree to
Lazy
disagree,
reefer.
then, Lee.
What's your argument? What's your argument for? What's the benefit?
You know that sock there, what you're going to have to take off in the next, I don't know, day or so to clean it and then put it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to do that for 2 months, maybe 3.
Have you got
Okay.
a lot of detritus in that first chamber, Ross?
I would say yes.
Yeah,
I have
you won't
got-
get that with the filter, please.
Well, yeah. I see. When you take that stock off, it seems you get a lot come out of it into the bottom, into that chamber when you're faffing around trying to change it.
Yeah.
So, Ross, you can't actually see this, but I think the other boys can. You've got somebody watching your tank tour, and he's just turned around and said that he hasn't got any room in his sump to put a filter roller.
There
All
is
on my side.
a smaller filter roller. I think. Well,
Nano one.
yeah, I was going
I
to say
think-
Reef Factory, but don't go down that route anymore.
So,
You're already bankrupt then,
Ross,
mate.
my contribution, if you're ready for it, Ross, is them two are too posh to wipe their own arse. Basically,
Well, yeah, I've got a
That's
machine
all
to
it
do
is.
that.
they're too posh, and now they're
Yeah.
talking about getting a smaller bog roll. It's like, really, come on.
This is it. Like you just said, it's got a machine that's doing it. The machine is doing that exact thing. It's wiping
what
the
you're saying is
fish's
you've got
bum.
a bee- What you're saying is you've got a bidet in your house, is it?
Yeah. it keeps it nice and clean. But honestly, you put a roller filler if you decide to. You know, some people do. Some people don't even have socks in and just leave it because some people believe that it's nutrients you're taking out what could be feeding the corals. There's all different ways, but I swear by my filter roller. I wouldn't live
Yeah.
without it.
I do as well. I hate
So,
changing it out on a very tight sump, but it's well worth
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Ross,
Yeah.
Daryl, and Dave actually are out quite a bit. So, Daryl doesn't get to interact with his fish tank like me and you do. You know, when we're sat enjoying our fish tank
Yeah.
and you open the cupboard and you just take like 10 pence worth of thing out and throw it away and then replace it. These two boys have got a £300 unit underneath there, and it costs £20 a bog roll or £30 a bog roll every time that they change it. I'm
I've
just
got a
putting
cheap
it out
one.
there.
I've got a Bull Omegas cheap, cheerful. Does the
Go
job.
on then.
Does a good.
How much are your bog rolls?
I don't know. To be fair, about 15
Was it
15 quid, I think.
27 quid for two, was it, the other last week?
What?
See,
Which one you got?
again,
Which one have you got?
That
Clarity.
stacks my argument up again.
Yeah, but
In
Ross,
retrospect
this
of
stacks
what
my
I spend
argument
on the
up.
tank,
That if they can't remember the price of it,
It's expensive.
they've got too much money.
no. Clarity ones are the more expensive ones and the more posher ones.
yeah,
Bubble
Bubble
Magus
Magus
one
are a lot better.
is cheap. You get, there's no high tech with it. It just does a certain job and that's it. And I swear by mine. I had mine on my Aqua One. I ordered the pipe work so I could have it on the Aqua One. What was a small tank, and I loved it. I didn't even need a skimmer at one point because it was just running too clean. So,
And we're back.
He's back.
but it's up to you what you do with it, innit? It's entirely up to you. Do you like wiping your fish's bum, or do you want someone else to do it? Yeah.
So
Or just take them off and
was
put
there anything
a
else?
skimmer in
Was
there.
there anything else that you wanted to show us, Ross?
No, I don't think so. You've seen it all.
He's gone. We've seen it all.
Is not?
That's it. So there is actually a second-hand roller in the shop at the moment. If you fancied going down that line,
Yeah, I saw it. It's about 60 quid, isn't it?
but it is 60 quid, yeah.
50
And
quid well
it's
spent.
the best
Best
part
60
of
quid
the
you'll
best part
ever
of this
spend.
hobby.
See, you see what I mean? He's got the action
Do it,
for
Ross.
wiping his
Do
fish's
it.
bum already.
It's 2 against 1 here. Come on.
All right, fair enough. All right, that's it. You've got to go in the shop tomorrow now because they're calling you out that you haven't got something to wipe your bum with. Deary me.
I'll help you set it up. Not a problem. They're easy. the DD tanks are actually made for a filter roller, whereas
Two different versions.
yeah, he's missing the filter sock holder, isn't he?
Was Ross, is yours filter roller ready or filter sock ready? Because they do two different versions.
That looks like roll already, that one.
I think
That
it
is
is roller
roller
ready, yeah.
So
There
you're
you go.
all
Sock would have a shelf, wouldn't it?
It's fate. You've got to have one. It's fate.
that's it.
But
I'll tell you what, I'll order one
Definitely.
for you, shall I?
Not there.
These two can pay
You roll
for
the
it.
sock as well.
Huh?
Yeah. These two can pay for it.
What
Definitely.
is your phosphates and nitrates and all that sort?
Nitrates are high, but they're always high. They're about between 25 and 50. Phosphates, I tested last night. It was 0.03, something like that. KH had dropped down to about six something. I can't remember now. But I started dosing last week, just a couple of mil a day, and it's dropped down even further. So I don't know if I need to choose a different product.
No, dude, that's a good thing. It's because you're dosing and it's dropping. It's a good thing. You just need to up your dose.
What are you
So
using?
you've got set. 1 minute.
Oh, we're going crazy here, boys. We're going absolutely crazy. You're up to 26 minutes. I'm kicking you off in 4 minutes. We're only going to be doing half an hour. Can't shut you up.
So
Jesus
yeah, what
Christ.
all you need to do is up your dosing. Keep testing like you do, and up it until you start sitting around about where you want to be, and then just carry on from there. And if next time you test and it's dropped, up it again until you get what you want.
Yeah.
But the fact is as well, what time of the day you're testing and stuff, because you test in the morning could be a total different reading to you testing in the evening. So you need to set around about the same time.
It's always in the evening. I try and do it on a Wednesday, and it's normally around 6, 7 o'clock ish probably.
Yeah, just up your dose and you'd be perfect. Same as your calcium and all that. Just test that, and then if it seems low,
Yeah,
up
I
your
think
dose.
calcium
Don't need to change your product.
is 480. I think.
That's it. We're going deep diving into actual marine tanks now. Oh, love it. So you've done your allotted 30 minutes, boys, but I think you want to carry on, don't you?
If you wanna, not a problem.
I'm sat here getting pissed. I'm all right all night, boys. You crack on.
But yeah, that's a good question. What are you dosing?
What, the product?
Yeah. What's your choice?
Well, by choice only because it's what I had. I swapped a fish for a load of products, and it's an all for reef, like an all-in-one thing. I'm not sure that's the best way to go about it, really.
I'd probably move away from that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I spoke to Lee in the shop earlier about it, and he said he does know someone who's using that product. But like when it's KH, calcium, and magnesium all in one bottle. So I don't know if you're using that, how you're supposed to control each one individually.
You can't.
Not
You
or
basically
supplement with
do
an
not want.
extra dose.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's on my mind to move away from that. I just don't know what to move to be fair.
There's all sorts.
Well, that's it. That's it. There's so many things to choose from. Isn't there?
Mm.
What do you use, Darryl?
Thorn Marin. Thorn Marin. I'm on the bolus.
Yeah.
Reef's
What about
Elements for
yourself?
me.
What?
Full Reef's Elements, the 2-part, and then just buffer with whatever's needed. You know, whether you need to just boost up a little bit. Obviously, it'll trace elements or Reef's Elements as well. I
Is it
know
what the pH?
that Oceamo has been pushed, but
No, it's not being pushed.
I like it.
Not being pushed by me.
Not from you. Didn't say from you,
No.
did I?
Not being pushed by me.
No,
Because
not from you.
if there was only ever one way of doing something, there wouldn't be so many different products on the market.
Yeah. You choose what you want,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
you feel comfortable with.
And obviously this is a little bit of, I've always tried to be honest, because I've met all three of you in a shop that I work in. And at the end of the day, there is a product in the shop that is pushed, but there are a lot of other products on the market. And the product on the market that draws you to it, that's the one for you. And there's different systems of how to do it, and it's how people interact with that particular product. And the biggest problem that I find is a lot of people walk into a local fish shop and are sold a product because that's what's on the shelf. It's not because that's the best for your tank, or it's the cheapest for your tank, or the most expensive for your tank. And all I need is somebody to fill this advertising space with your product, and then these boys don't get a choice.
Put it this way: there's hundreds out there you choose from. They do the jobs they do as well are all different. It's like you can get Reef Element pH plus, so that's obviously if your pH is low, you dose that. Raises your pH. You could go down the cheap route. You could go do lime. I forget what it's called now. Mix it yourself stuff. How's on it?
What do you mean? Mix it yourself stuff?
Oh, bloody hell.
There's a
My
couple of
bloody
them
job
you mix
as well.
yourself.
No, the lime. You normally do it with your calcium reactors.
I'll
It'll
count
come to me in a minute. That's it. Yeah, there's that. That's mix yourself, and that I've used that. That worked well for me. The Oceano stuff, I've used that. That works. They all do the same job. It's just what suits you.
So, question for you, Darryl. What are you using at the moment? You're using the bolus method.
Yes.
Right. So, which products have you used in the 2 years or 3 years that you've been marining?
Reef Elements pH plus,
Yeah.
Oceano,
Yeah.
Calclosser, and then with that I was dosing the Red Sea magnesium to go with it. And the Fauna Marin stuff.
Right.
So you could use it. Wouldn't be a bad idea actually if you went onto the Fauna Marin stuff. You could use that and dose, don't do the bolus, but dose properly. 4, 5, 6 times a day or whatever you do. And if you ever did decide to go onto the bolus, it'll be an easy transition to do the bolus when your collars and everything start getting a bit bigger and stuff. And to be fair, that stuff is cheap. To be fair, when you look at it, because you get 5 litre jugs, And a 5 litre jug of this stuff would last you, at the start, it would last you ages. The calc, yeah, I think it's about 4 you get out of that. So that'll last you even longer. The calcium will last you forever.
Yeah.
And the magnesium lasts forever as well. And then when you've finished, you don't need to go out and buy it all again. You can just buy what you need, and then mix it yourself again with RO water.
Yeah,
it's cheap and easy.
There is no right and wrong way of dosing a tank, because at the end of the day, everybody. So we are now YouTube creators. We are now influencers, and at the end of the day, we're all making it up as we go along. So if all four of us turned around and went, "This is the product that you need to use," people may watch this and go, "Oh, I need to watch that. I need to do that." That's the difference. That you can either be sold something in a shop, or you can be influenced by somebody over the internet. What I want is I want 4 different things. So you're not allowed to choose what I'm doing. You're not allowed to choose what he's doing. You're not allowed to choose what he's doing. You've got to pick a brand new one. I don't care whether it costs you a fortune. You have to mortgage your new house. You're paying for it. As long as I get content out of it, I'm not bothered.
So what are you using?
You as in who? You.
You as in Lee.
Me?
Yes.
Holy moly's. I use a concoction of all different products, because there's not one way of doing it. And I use a little bit of Red Sea, a little bit of Aquaforest, a little bit of Nios, and then I also use a little bit for my trace elements of Reef's Elements. So potentially I've got all. See, this is the branding bit. I'm not taking sides. I'll have sponsorship from any of you. all
Actually,
of the different. Well,
no, I was thinking I've used Nios as well, but I ain't used Nios.
yeah, so I use a little bit of Nios. I use a little bit of Aquaforest, Reef's Elements for the trade, because what I find is my magnesium is always low, so I supplement magnesium as a top up, but then I can dose that in and out when I need it. But I use Aquaforest of alkalinity. No, I use Nios for alkalinity. I use Aquaforest for the calcium and magnesium mix, but then I also top up my magnesium with Nios. But then when you go to the trace elements side of it, I do Red Sea trace elements, but top up. When I've done ICP tests, it's always been low in sort of areas, and then top up those actual things that are low on my ICP tests with the Reef's Element stuff, because the Reef's Elements, you can buy each individual thing as a bottle.
Yeah, it's a bit more available, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So potentially, what I want to do. Did I tell you I've set up a selling website, boys?
You did mention it.
No.
I did mention it. All right. I did mention it. So basically, the
best place to buy mugs.
It's the best place to buy mugs. Harcourt Corals is the best place to buy mugs, and it's the best mugs with content.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, the thing of the Reef's Elements bit, if you're ICP led with Reef's Elements, how long is it going to take you to get through 150 mils of product? Now, Dave, you're on Reef's Elements. How long have you had?
I think it's 0.01 mil, which is like one normal drop out of a dipper. So 150 mil, you're going to be years, aren't you, at that rate? Even if you do an ICP once a month.
Yeah.
I think the biggest dose on a trace I've got is zinc, which is a bit weird. 0.15 mil, so it's nothing, absolutely nothing.
And they do it in 150 ml bottles or 100 ml bottles, whatever it is.
But all the
100
thing
mil?
is, all this, you know, there is cheaper ways around it than going buying name products if you wanted to do it yourself.
There is, yes, but we're never going to get
Bit of
sponsored by
ingenuity.
Gimmel Fix It, are we? Oh, that was proper wrong, that wasn't it? we'll edit that bit out. We'll edit that bit out.
But it's to basically, Ross, you've got told off Lee that you've got to use something different. Well, the sounds of it, Lee's using everything, so you're stuck.
You're not using anything, mate.
No,
That's it.
just water changes. That's it.
Water changes. Go back to tropical. Go back to tropical.
It's a damn sight cheaper doing it that way.
No. Oh, right. He was putting in the naughty boy corner. Let's kick him off a minute. Dear me. How dare you? How very dare you? Oh, he's moved now. We don't have to talk like that on here. So, yes, Ross, pick whichever brand or chop and change between this, that, and the other. Because there's always something that's going to work for you, and there's always something that's not going to work for you. And then potentially there's 3 people watching. I would presume one's the missus. Obviously, Paul's watching in the background. Paul may join in next time to see what you're doing. Anybody would think we were like building like a platform for people to get stuff knowledge. Do we think this is working, boys? Do we think this is working? Because sitting in front of a fish tank, as we all are, do you think people are going to start watching?
No, if you're speaking nonsense all the time now. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, like it. Do we want to carry on about trace elements? And I could waffle about fish tanks all day long.
That's a good point. Have you done, Ross? Have you sent any ICP tests off right like that?
No, I haven't. No.
Would it be worth it?
I would. I definitely.
Whole new
would.
world of pain when you do your first ICP.
Yeah, this is the thing as well. Yeah, the thing is, I'm a hypocrite. I'm saying I would, but I couldn't tell you last time I sent one off.
I do mine every quarter.
I like the idea of that. To be honest, I like the idea of sending one off every month. I like it. I think it's a good idea. Do I do it? No.
No.
But yeah, I'd definitely send one off, and you can see what's going on, and you get to understand it a little bit more as well.
We've got a question, boys. Can you see this question? It says, at what stage should we start ICP tests? Ooh.
How old's the tank to start with?
Right. So if you want, I'll fill you in a little bit of, I'm not telling you. So it was a question. He wants an honest answer. Now, if I give you the information, you're not giving an honest opinion, are you? That's what we want on this channel. Honesty.
Honesty?
Yeah.
Honesty, realistically, within 2 months, 3 months of you setting up a tank, because you don't know. You don't know if you're mixing your RO right. You don't know if you're chucking metals in. You don't know. You should be realistically, in an ideal world, you should be doing it every month.
Okay. How many
But
times
no one
have you
does.
so Daryl's now telling the person that's below him he's not done an ICP test in forever. He's now telling you you're doing it wrong.
He ain't doing it wrong, is he? Just in the ideal world, you should be sending off an ICP test all the time. But then again, I don't. I wait until something's wrong with my tank before I send an ICP test off.
Yeah.
But the thing with that is, if you send an ICP test off when something's wrong with your tank, you ain't got an
Too late.
ICP test when something was right with your tank.
It is. Yeah, it is too late. Yeah. So
You don't see a trend.
my personal way of, because I've not done an ICP test on any of these systems because I've always, so all of the new stuff that I'm setting up, this one was set up in October and I've never done an ICP test on this one because it's always had problems. It's always had problems. And the ICP test side of it, in theory, it would narrow down your problems, but it's only going to show you like heavy metals and things like that that's in your system. And if you set up a system brand spanking new, like Dave's doing, exactly, every single thing in there is brand spanking new out of the box. So he knows from day one that it was always brand new. If you're setting up things with like a second-hand system and things go wrong, but it's not something that needs that. So Ross, at the moment, your way of dealing with it is you literally just set up, well, my way of dealing with your tank, because I'm in theory, the person that's giving you corals to kill freely. If the next 2 corals that you put in have died, then potentially you need an ICP test because you will have then have done 6 months, and within the first 6 months, everything settles down, corals die. But if you then can't keep corals alive after 6 months, that would be my first ICP test, because an ICP test of 25 quid, 30 quid, some of them are 40 quid, is a very hard sell when you're only 6 months into the hobby. If I turn around and say, oh, your corals are dying, what you need is a £40 test to tell you why your corals are dying. And then that test comes back and it says, oh, no, there was nothing wrong. Makes me look like one of them. If when we're doing like the coral side of it, potentially the reason that your coral is dying is because of 1, flow, 2, lighting, or positioning, basically. And as I say, we've done now an exercise of positioning the same coral in a few different locations. If it carries on dying, then there's something wrong with the water. That would then be ICP test time. But at the moment, you're getting corals for content.
Where's ours?
I say I ain't been paid.
Do you think, Ross? So this is a very easy question, Ross. Do you think that these 2 fuckers that have been in the hobby 2 years longer than you deserve anything?
Absolutely.
I'll give you that $5 later.
You're a disgrace. All of you, a disgrace.
Well, actually, to be fair, he did try giving me a Raja. And I said no.
And he turned it down.
I'll have it.
No, you weren't viewing when it was unavailable. So that's a very good thing that you've just pointed out, Daryl, that the people that are watching potentially are going to get something for free, because you never know how many beers I have, and I just give stuff away.
Yeah. So start commenting, get him to drink some more.
Yeah, true fact. True fact.
Get him on 8 tins. You might have a gold torch by the end of it.
I've got to grow a gold torch first. Yes. So yeah, ICP test. I would say 6 months potentially, and then if you've had a problem, either a month or 2 months after that, and then potentially three times a year. Even if you're not having problems, 3 times a year, because if you've been in the hobby more than a year, the value that you've got in your marine tank after a year in coral, if it all died, would it be worth 20, even if you said 40 quid after a year? If you spend £40 maybe 2 times a year, you're keeping a lot of value alive, basically.
Yeah.
Do we agree, Dave, or are we still sticking to?
I agree. It's when you've got X amount in, 40 quid's nothing really, is it, over a year?
No.
If you want to do it once a year, fine.
Yep.
But be prepared if you're buying trace elements individually, it soon racks up when you need 5. If you need 5 or 6, that's where the money starts coming in.
See, this is, I could say, if you start dosing trace elements, you need to be ICPing because you could overdose them so easily. So easily.
Yes. But we can go into trace elements further down the line. Ross just needs to pick a brand of product or a few different products to start with. And then we can see what he goes with. Obviously, Dave, are you going to do your frag tank on Reef's Elements to start with?
Yeah, purely. Well, I've got it in the house, and it's easier just transferring knowledge over into it. So trying to keep everything pretty much the same as what I can.
And obviously, Daryl, you're sticking with what you're doing.
I'm sticking with the bolus, but I'm thinking of maybe making my own and using the because the bolus comes with the trace elements. Was it one? Not the bolus. The fauna marin stuff comes with the trace elements. What you put in with your alkalinity, your calcium, your magnesium.
Yep.
Well, I've got big bottles of that, and like you say, you what is it? I think it's 100 mil or something daft like that, and I use 5 mil in 5 liters.
Yep.
So all I need is the main bulk. All I need is the alk, and I just use that. That's what I'm thinking of anyway, to make it cheaper.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this one, which is attached to the frag system, is I'm going to do exactly what I do on that tank, and then all I'm going to do is unplug a calcium brand and stick a different calcium brand on and see what happens. Because there's nobody really. Well, exactly. But do we actually know that?
It's the same as your salts, isn't it?
Are you sure?
Well, all the salts are, they all do the same thing. It's just if it matches your tank.
So if I unplug a branded calcium and stick a different branded calcium on there, are they going to do exactly the same thing?
Well, yeah, they're going to dose your calcium.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Daryl has said every single brand that's in the bottle is exactly the same.
It's just the strength. It's the strength of it. That's what it is. So if you put if you bought Red Sea calcium and put it on, started dosing it, and then put Oceano Calcium started dosing it. They're both doing the same thing. They're dosing your calcium. It's just one might have a trace elements added into it and one might not. That's where it differs,
Gotcha.
but it's still doing the
Different,
same job.
Hey, come on, Dave, come on.
It's doing
They're not
the same job.
then,
It's
are they?
dosing. They're dosing.
We know
They're dosing your
calcium's
calcium.
calcium, but brands of bottles are going to be different, aren't they? Like you said, different mixes.
It depends if it says trace elements added and stuff like that. Some add trace elements, some don't. But what you're buying it for is just your calcium, because Lee doses trace elements separately, what he said earlier on.
I do, yeah.
So he's just buying it for the calcium. So
Is all calcium the same strength?
no, that's not the same. Some are tight, some are tight, some ain't. But it's still doing the same job.
I can see steam coming out of Ross's head. This is not helping Ross at all.
Sorry, Ross.
Just choose a brand and stick to it, mate, honestly.
So have you been influenced? Are we influencers, Ross? Have you been influenced?
No, he's going to quit the hobby next week.
Yes.
All information is good information, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And that's the difference. That there's all sorts of different ways of doing YouTube, and there's all sort of different ways of doing the marine hobby. And as I say, I've tried to get a broad range of views. I've tried to get a broad range of fish tanks. And if people are watching, they may not take anything away from this.
Just pick the information you want.
As long as I'm enjoying myself and you're enjoying yourself. But we have been waffling on for nearly an hour now, boys. And I'm going to draw a line today.
It's just getting interesting then.
It is, exactly. It is. The best bit about fish tanks is you can literally sit and talk about fish tanks all day long. I love it. I really, really do love it. But the next week, potentially, I may not be here.
You frigging part-timer.
You know what that means, though, boys?
Hey up, Arthur.
You lot are fucked.
I'm not here neither.
Ah, you're definitely fucked. Are we allowed to say fucked on the internet?
Say whatever you want for me, mate.
Exactly. So I have got something to do on the Friday. Potentially, I could do either the Thursday or the Saturday. If anybody's interested in either the Thursday or the Saturday.
Saturday is probably the better time.
Say that again, Dave.
Right.
I'm away on the job.
Oh, he's on the job.
That's not a job he does. That's just
Pissing about, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So I normally put up on a Tuesday the link for what we're going to do, and obviously advertise it on YouTube. So for all the people that are watching, thank you very much. You'll have to look at the poster that comes up, and these lot can argue in the background of what we may be doing. It may not even happen. We're making this up as we go along. Does anybody want to do a sign off tonight? Come on.
See you later.
Ta-da!
Come on, Dave.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now. See you later. Thank you very much, boys.
See ya.
See you in a bit.
See you later.
Eh.
You're still alive.